It's 9 in the morning. You are a backend engineer. A customer email support. They got charged twice. The money left their account. It never arrived in other one. Then another email. Two people both got your seat is confirmed emails for the same flight, the same row, the same seat. You didn't write a bug. You wrote correct code. The bug is in what wasn't there, transaction. This video is about the 4 letters that stop those nightmares. ACID, Atomicity, Consistency, Isolation, Durability. We covered the basics back in the SQL video. This time we go deeper. Real example, the exact failure each letter is preventing. Let's get into it. A transaction is a group of database operations the system treats as one unit. Either every operation happens or none of them do. There is no some of them happened. That's it. That's the whole idea. The complication is what the database does behind the scene to make that promise true. Even when server crash, network drop, and 1,000 other users are hitting the same row at the same instant. In SQL, a transaction starts with begin and ends with commit. If something goes wrong in between, the database does a rollback and pretends nothing happened. Everything inside that block is treated as a single, indivisible event. Stick this in your brain forever. A transaction is the database promising you that a group of changes will be all or nothing, even if the world ends in the middle. But all or nothing is just the start. There are actually 4 promises the database makes about every transactions. Their initials spell ACID, Atomicity, Consistency, Isolation, Durability. Each one protects you from a specific category of disaster. We are going to walk through all 4, the real examples you will hit in your career. Picture a wedding venue. They have one bridal suit. 2 couples want it for the same Saturday in June. Both call to book. Now imagine the venue manager has no system. Couple A calls and say, "We will take it. Here's our deposit." The manager writes it on a sticky note. Before she files the contract, couple B calls. The sticky note's on her desk, not in the book yet. So she tells couple B, "Yes, June 14th is free. 2 deposit collected, 2 contracts signed, 1 bridal suit." That's what database without ACID looks like. 2 confirmation, 1 actual resource, disaster. Now picture the same venue, but the manager works like a database with a proper transactions. When a couple A calls, she locks June 14th in the calendar before she takes a deposit. While their booking is in progress, no other booking for that date can start. When their payment goes through, the booking is final, written into a fireproof safe. If their payment fails midway, she tears up the contract and frees the date instantly. Couple B calls gate. "Sorry, that Saturday is taken." Same staff, same desk, same 2 couples. The difference is the protocol, how she handles 2 requests at once, what she does when something fails halfway, and where she stores the final answer. That protocol in database language is the 4-letter ACID. There are 3 reasons every engineer needs to understand ACID, not just know what the letter stands for. Reason 1. ACID is what your job is built on. The moment your service touches money, inventory, bookings, or any count that has to be exact, you are relying on ACID. Get it wrong and you don't just lose the data. You lose customer, trust, and sometimes lawsuits. Reason 2. The deepest interview question live here. Walk me through what happens if your server crashes between the debit and the credit. Most candidates freeze. The ones who can talk through atomicity, isolation, and the role of the write-ahead log sound senior the moment they open their mouth. Reason 3. Modern states trade ACID for scale. NoSQL, microservices, event-driven architecture, they all weaken at least one promise. If you don't know what ACID gives you, you can't know what you are giving up. And you can't tell when you have given up too much. We are going to walk through each letter with 2 examples that shows up everywhere. a bank transfer and a ticket booking. Here's where we are going. Atomicity, all or nothing. Look at the top half of the diagram. Asha sent $100 to Mark. Step 1. Subtract 100 from Asha. The server crashes before step 2. Without Atomicity, that $100 just disappeared. Asha lost it. Mark never got it. Money is gone. Now look at the bottom half. Same transfer, same crash. But the database wrapped both steps in transaction. When it wakes up, it sees an incomplete transaction in its logs. It rolls back step 1. Asha balance is restored. The transfer didn't happen and it didn't half happen either. Same idea for the ticket booking. If charging the card succeeds but reserving the seat crashes, the charge has to be reversed. Both happens or neither. Consistency. The database stays in a valid state. The schema's rules are enforced, like balance cannot go negative or seat number cannot exceed the rows on the plane. If a transaction would break any of those rules, the database refuses to commit it. For the bank transfer, if Asha only has $50, the database rejects the $100 transfer outright. The money never disappears because the operation never starts. Isolation. This is the trickiest one. Look at the top half. Alice and Bob both try to book the last seat on a flight. Without isolation, they both read one seat available. Both write booked. Both get confirmation email. 2 people, 1 seat, disaster. The bottom half shows isolation at work. When Alice's transaction starts, the database put a lock on that row. Bob's transaction has to wait. By the time Bob gets to read the seat count, Alice has already committed. Bob reads 0 seats left. He gets sold out. Alice gets her seat. Exactly one winner. The bank version of this is 2 ATMs trying to withdraw from the same account at the same second. The database makes sure your balance can't go below 0, even when requests race each other to the database. Durability. Saved means saved. Once the database tells your app transaction committed, that changes survives. The database doesn't say committed until the change is physically on disk, usually in a write ahead log. If the power dies a millisecond after the commit message goes back on restart, the database replaces the log and your data is right there. Asha's transfer doesn't untransfer because lightning struck the data center. The booked seat stays booked. 4 letters, 4 disaster prevented. The database does the heavy work. You just have to wrap your operations in a transaction. I want to be honest with you about something most courses won't tell you. The good news, ACID is one of the most powerful guarantees in the computer science. Decades of database engineering went into making 4 letters just work for you. When your code says begin and commit, you get correctness for free. You sleep at night. Your customers don't get double charge. Inventory matches reality. The bad news, ACID is expensive. Logs slow things down. Strict isolation can cause transactions to wait, retry and deadlock. A single ACID database is hard to scale across many machines because all those machines have to agree on what count as committed. That's why distributed systems often weaken isolation or durability for speed at the cost of edge case bugs. Don't avoid ACID because it sounds slow. Reach for it whenever your operation has to be exact. Money, bookings, inventory, anything counted. Anything else you can sometimes get away with weaker guarantees, but know what you are giving up. By this time, you can now answer these interview questions. Question 1. What does ACID stands for in your own word? Atomicity, the whole transaction happens or none of it does. Consistency, the database never lands in an invalid state. Isolation, parallel transaction act like they ran one after another. Durability, once committed, the change survives a crash. Question 2. What does Atomicity protect you from? A partial update, money debited but not credited, a seat reserved but not paid for. The database rollback so the half-finished change is erased. Question 3. Why is isolation hard? Because the database has to make many transactions running at the same time look like they ran one at a time. To do that, it uses locks or versions, both of which cost performance. Stronger isolation means more correctness and less throughput. Question 4. What's the role of write-ahead lock? It's how durability works. Before the database changes the actual data, it writes the change to the log on disk. If the system crashes on restart, it replaces the log to recover. That's the trick that makes saved means saved actually true. If you can answer those 4, you understand more about transaction than most senior engineers are. Before you go, take 30 seconds to log this in. Takeaway 1. A transaction is a group of operations the database treats as one indivisible unit. Begin, do the work, commit or roll back. Takeaway 2. ACID is 4 promises. Atomicity, all or nothing. Consistency, no broken rules. Isolation, no half-seen states. Durability, saved means saved. Each one prevents a specific class of disaster. Takeaway 3. Use ACID anywhere. Correctness matters more than speed. Money, bookings, inventory. Give it up only when you know exactly what you are giving up and why. If this helped you, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. The full playlist is in the link below. See you in the next video.